it's Abisoye here, and Naomi's not with us this week, sorry, but she will be back next week. It's just been a very hectic couple of weeks, so we thought we're still going to bring a video out for you guys, but it'll be separate. So I really hope that you enjoyed Naomi's last week. I know I did, definitely learned a lot as well. And this week is my week, and it's on Love is Not Self-Seeking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you what I found as the definition of love is not self-seeking, and then I will then say what I learned this week and leave you with a final word to go about your life and do better. Okay, so the definition of self-seeking or not being self-seeking I found was not doing things for oneself. And obviously as Christians and as individuals, we are called to do things that are beneficial for us, but also beneficial for other people. One of two commandments that Jesus said was to love your neighbor. The first one is to love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul. So we are called to love our neighbors as we would want to be loved. So this is my feedback for the week. So when I started the week, I said, okay, love is not self-seeking. This is easy. So I'm just gonna not be selfish and that's it. But I was wrong. It is more than just being, well, not just being selfish. So the first thing I learned was, I'll explain what I felt about loving your neighbor as you want to be loved. So growing up, I've always heard that you should do this, but before being a Christian and during my walk as a Christian, I began to be challenged by the notion of loving yourself. So I had to really understand what it meant to love myself. But during the time, I was like, if I'm still trying to find out how to love myself, how can I love my neighbor? But I've now become to understand what it means and what are the ways we can love our neighbor even when we're still in that journey of loving ourselves. So I feel that we all as human beings have an innate wanting to do well for ourselves. So it's an innate feeling or desire of taking care of self. So for example, you may go home late and you wonder, okay, how am I getting home? Or, you may be studying for an exam. You're like, okay, this is a big thing for me. I need to do things in order to pass. And it's the same way that you have those desires that you can then translate that to other people. Let me explain. So for example, you could be going home late one day and you know exactly how you're getting home, but there may be somebody that, may not know. So we should actually reach out and say, oh, how are you getting home? That's showing that you care, showing that you love them, showing that you're interested in their well-being. The same way you can go on holiday and you tell your friends about something that has happened to them to ensure, or you tell your friends about something that's happened to you to ensure that they don't go through the same thing. It's the same thing. You have that innate feeling to protect, to do well for yourself. So I think you can use that as a starting point anyway. So if you're feeling like, I'm still trying to learn how to love myself, there are certain things that we do already that will show that we are actually loving our neighbors. The second thing I learned was you can sometimes be self-seeking by not telling your friend something. Now this one, I was like, ooh. So let me give an example. You can find something out, and because your friend may not react in the right way, you won't tell them, and you don't want to come across a certain way to your friend. So you're like, I'm not going to say anything to them. But there could be a scenario where if you had told them, they wouldn't be in the situation that they're in now. So when you initially tell your friend, she may be angry, she may be upset, but she'll get over it, she'll move on with life. But if you don't tell them at all, then everything that happens, obviously it's not your fault, but you could have prevented it. It's a way of prevention. And it's not you that will be feeling bad for yourself. You'll be feeling bad for your friend. You'll be like, you know, it's kind of my fault. So it's not everyday image. It's not about, okay, I want to be portrayed in this way. It's also about, how can I ensure that my neighbor, my friend, obviously your neighbor is your friend, but you know, that the people around me are the best that they can be, you know? And thirdly, I'm trying to remember the third point. I believe the third point was about, yes, that's what it is. Okay, so there may be situations where your friend is telling you something about something that they're going through and it has nothing to do with you. And in your head, you're thinking, yes, another thing I haven't got myself involved in. Yes, yes, yes. But showing that and not really caring is a way of being self-seeking. You're thinking, oh gosh, I'm not involved in this, thank God. So let them deal with that, I'm not involved. But your friend needs you at that moment. Obviously, don't get involved in the gossip or don't get involved in the situation, but be there for your friend, because if it was you, you would hope that your friend would also be there for you. It's just as simple as that. And the final message I want to leave with you today is the opposite of being self-seeking is being God-seeking. So as a Christian, we are called to serve and to seek the Lord's will in our lives. So by doing that, you should have the desire to fulfill his commandments. And as one of Jesus' commandments is to love thy neighbor as you would want to be loved, then, you know, you will have that desire to do so. You will have that desire to do what is right in the Lord's eyes. And if you don't have that desire, it's something that you need to pray for. But the fact that, you know, I mean, with me, I had that tingling feeling like, you know, that, oh gosh, I really need to sort this out. I really need to figure out a way of, you know, showing more love to people. And through that, you know, I mentioned it to close friends, I prayed about it, and I really feel that I'm making positive changes to ensure that I come across as a Christian, you know, as what God has intended me to be. So yeah, so I hope that made sense. Like I said, I learned so much about myself and that there are many areas that I still need to improve on. But the fact that God has given me that revelation on what I need to improve on is the first step. And now I need to just consciously move forward to ensure that I become a better me. So yeah, that's I pray you enjoyed this video. Like I said, Naomi will be back to... I'm gonna say tomorrow. Naomi will be back for our next video, which will be on 1 Corinthians 13:5 still, I believe, and it's love is not easily angered or easily provoked. It varies in for different versions. I believe King James version says provoked and majority of the other versions says angered. So it's going to be a very interesting one. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We're really loving doing these vlogs and these videos for you guys, and just thank God for the platform really. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and this sunshine better turn up soon. But yeah, stay blessed. Bye.